BonesWeapon.com guy here to talk about my brain, and brain damage. So, did you know that the brain can actually be understood to be, I guess, dictated by the law of cause and effect or whatever? Cause and effect is that everything that is going on in the universe, there's cause and effect, and there's an input and output, and there's forces interacting with one another. The brain is like that. And it's like a flow of a river or something. Like, you see how the river's flowing? Well, the brain's moving like that too. And the brain is always moving. And it never stops. Everything inside the brain is always moving. Like a bucket of water when you're shaking it around. And freedom of motion is good. Okay? And the brain is kind of guided along with by magnetic and electromagnetic forces. It's hard, that's the way everything actually works. I guess what I want to talk about, though, is how you can have a person's brain so badly damaged that it doesn't flow, it doesn't turn like a wheel anymore. And, you know, the brain's like a wheel, and each functions like a wheel, and it passes one from one wheel to the next. Of course, it's a big array of wheels, and they're doing things, and you can make those wheels not turn. The flow is disrupted, and the control is disrupted. So let's just say that when I was younger, I would have been very insightful and emotional. Those things have been kind of broken inside my brain, smashed with radiation and drugs. Drugs are not very different from radiation. Drugs affect magnetic states and voltages and matter relationships the same way that everything else in the universe does. You take one atom and you add another atom, and you got more mass and a different frequency of energy going on there, right? Well, that's what's going on with drugs. And there's even some bigger relationships going on, because then you have roadblocks and the ability to lift roadblocks, and you have these pipelines, let's say there's receptors and pathways. It's a very complex structure. It gets bigger. So anyway, drugs and blocking of receptors and altering of voltages when you have the transmitters and what's going on there. I don't even know enough. I just know enough about it. And the structure of the neuron, it's really cool. The brain, how your memories are stored and how the neurons are built, and everything that goes inside of you, whether it's some frequency or some type of material, it's changing the structure. Okay, things change. And your experience changes and shapes your brain. What you eat changes the landscape and the types of material you're made out of, and different stuff like that. And anyway, so if I go up to somebody and something that would normally I'm supposed to have an emotional response, now it's gone because everything that happened to me. That immediate response doesn't happen. The quick reflexes are gone. I have severe traumatic brain injury. I have chronic traumatic encephalopathy too. That's what so many injuries would lead to, is that condition where it's just too gone, too destroyed. So it's where the river, trying to give you an idea, because people like to visualize things, of what it would be like, where the river could possibly suddenly just start flowing up into space, and getting all spreading out improperly, and it couldn't flow, just stay in one spot. In the water, you're supposed to be flowing, not flowing anymore. That's what, I've got. you know. And so, and also the brain has so much to it. People think you only need so much. That's all a bunch of bullshit. You only need so much of your brain. That's a lie. Because there's so many things that are always taking in signals, and so part of my brain has some signals, some parts of the brain responsible for some signals destroyed, some parts are still working, and affects my reality. And I know I'm missing things. If I'm standing here, I'm used to feeling and sensing certain things, and now that's not there anymore. Well, damn, they must have destroyed certain parts of my brain. They must have screwed certain parts of my brain up. And that's the way I live. It's like that. You know, you're not having things feel the same way. Oh, also, you can't get your thought going. You can't even, you know, it's a pain in the ass. You're just sitting there all swollen up and fucked up. It takes a lot of energy even to go outside and, you know, brain thought and planning your whole fucking life. I should be able to go on big long trips and do all the stuff I want, get on the train and move where I want. But no, I actually have to sleep most of the day, and I can't really do that. I can't even go to, you know, get on the city fucking bus or go down to the store, man. It's that much stuckness. And that's what my neurologist described too. So many injuries would cause parts of your brain to just be locked up. And the only thing you could do is, you know, you can't really do anything, I guess. You can't do nothing. Once brain's damaged, it's damaged. It's not something that recovers. You permanently mutilate it and it's gone. It's a structure that can't be put back into a working order. You know, and then as an adult, you have a lot of years that go into building your brain. You can't fucking hurt anything that, you know, was built in your past. You can't rebuild what's in your, you know, and then from sliding out your mom's cunt, that's important shit. Your first senses, the first time your brain took in signals and was doing its thing, it's all important. And, damn. I lost everything, man. The first time I heard and saw something, had the ability to use my own mind, use conscious control, gone, dude. They just take it all. Take it. Memory fucked up. No more long-term memory and remembering everything and everyone's names and everything in the room, you know, and no more even being able to see and hear, you know. No more being able to turn your vision in to something that works, you know. That's what, you know, I can still see the picture, but I can't really see. If all my brain's gone, it's supposed to be seeing the world, okay? I'm practically deaf, too. I mean, shit. My reading comprehension, gone. I can't enjoy a video game for more